Well, we have a very special guest. His mind is a treasure chest. Zomato called him in cause he is blessed. Then he started Zomaland. Before that, he was doing Cropfest. He picks up ideas that he can stitch. If I praise him anymore, he'll become a cocky b****. He's a great fellow and he's my bro. Maybe that's why he's agreed to come on the show. He's a man who can don many hats. Welcome to the show, my dear brother Chats. There'll be discussions,
There will be chats,
mental combustion
at the drop of a hat.
Some topics can be so vast mind blast.
We'll keep it quick, we'll keep it fast.
Podfast with Dishant.
There'll be discussions, there will be chats. What up, broski?
Yo, Dish, what's up?
Not much, bro. Not much has changed in the last 2 hours since we last spoke.
Yeah. Now we're on an episode of Podfast.
Yeah. But now, bro, we have to behave ourselves, okay? We'll have to apply a couple of layers of filtering on this because there's a camera on us.
I'll try my best, bro. I promise.
So, chat, since the show is called Podfast, I'm going to get right into it. What I want to discuss with you is that when do you foresee us getting back to large-scale events?
Wow, man. So I've actually been saying this for a while. There is this new normal that people talk about, but for the event space, larger event space, I think that new normal is going to last for a while. I know that the government has already relaxed so many rules and that helps a lot of event companies. But, I'm sure, Dish, when you talk about like actual large scale event, 30, 40,000 people in a day coming through, I think for that, we're going to be looking at the very least another year from now. I personally feel without a vaccine is just immoral in some sense. Yeah, of course, there's safety and hygiene protocols one can keep, but I don't see why and how slightly more responsible event companies would be able to go ahead and do events which could be for those many thousands of people without proper measures in place, which number one would be a vaccine, I think. Definitely great for event companies that are trying new events, going towards drive-ins and digitals and all of that stuff, but the real rush you get from larger events probably is going to be a while from now, but it's going to be worth it, man, when it comes back.
I'm sure. I mean, we all miss a nice big carnival or a big event or a big concert. And what you very rightly said, that over and above what is allowed and what is not allowed, there's also a factor of morality that boils down to an individual company's perspective, their own perception of the matter. So kudos to you and the entire Zomato team for so consciously looking into that factor as well. That being said, chats, now tell me one thing. We've observed that a lot of events have now explored the virtual space. Zomaland is one event where I personally feel that physical interaction and physical presence is so important. For example, the F&B is one of the most important factors of Zomaland. So now you can't virtually offer a bite of a yummy meal to someone. How will you look after the F&B factor of Zomaland virtually, if at all?
Great point, man. So Dishant, of course you cannot replicate any event digitally. It's very tough, right? Be it music also. I think the experience of watching live music is completely different from watching it live on a phone. With food, of course, there's a sense of taste that doesn't come through if it's virtual.
That would be the day when that starts happening.
Yeah, man, imagine. So anyway, I was saying that when the lockdown had just begun, there was a lot of like recipes that were going viral. The whole dalgona coffee, people just becoming home chefs. I think we just took a cue from that and started getting fun content in food. With Zomaland at Home, that was the first digital IP we did, and it did very well. In fact, we had over 1 million people actually watching it. We had like really cool comics doing like cooking sessions and a little bit of banter here and there.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we had more serious cooking classes with renowned chefs. So it was a bunch of food related content that we really played with. But I think that's the level you can get to, right? Just however more innovative you can be putting out food from a digital space. That's why I feel like for us specifically, a lot of the events that we do has to be like on ground experiences, and it can't actually be virtual fully. Of course, we can do the gimmicky stuff, but the uniqueness for Zomaland really comes through the atmosphere of being in a carnival where there's so much food that you can choose from. So great new entrepreneurs / chefs that are experimenting on their cuisine that are part of it. Coupled with going and seeing your favorite artists at the same time is just the experience that can never be replicated virtually. But kudos to people that are doing it. We've tried it. We loved it. We might do a second season in a different format. We have thought about drive-ins as well. But I think for us, the real Zomaland is only going to be back when we're fully ready and we know that people can come in without limitations. Of course, with higher safety and hygiene protocols moving forward. But we really want those many people to come in and have a great time like they have.
Awesome. And we're all eagerly looking forward to it. And let's hope that that happens sooner rather than later. And once again, kudos to you and your team's innovation of keeping the ball rolling, but still not rushing into anything till the time the absolute utmost safety standards are not ensured for all the visitors. So perfect. Chats, that has been highly awkward being so intellectual with you. This is not how we talk. It's not even close. We haven't been this well behaved while interacting in a while. Anyway, chat, so now I'm going to come to a segment which will feel closer to home. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to play the rapid fire bazooka lightning round. It's like a rapid fire, but no, it has bazookas and lightning. Okay, so this will be like our usual discussions. First, your biggest pet peeve.
I love like honesty, transparency in like whatever you're doing. So if you own up to like something that you're not good at or something you couldn't do, I like that. I just hate it when like excuses or those kind of things come into play. It's so obvious. So yeah, I think my biggest pet peeve would probably be like higher accountability and no excuses kind of a thing. You know?
I hope all of Chaitanya's team is watching this episode.
They're amazing.
He's low-key giving you tips on how to behave. Now, my next question. What has been the most embarrassing moment of your entire life?
Wow, man, there have been so many. Okay.
We've had a few together on our Euro trip also, by the way.
Oh, dude. Oh, God. That could be a different episode of Podfast.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a story from Banging Beats days. I had gone with a friend to cover Tomorrowland and we were backstage. We had to interview a lot of artists. So, I was completely overwhelmed with the entire experience. I was wearing a t-shirt which says, "Look after number one." And I think this is 2013 or 14. Hardwell used to be number one. And I had an interview slot with him. And I walked to the interview and, there was a queue of like journalists and everybody and whatever. And we were just like these young kids from India writing for a music portal. Walked in, started talking to him. Right in the middle of the interview, he looks at me like where the lights are on and like his team is around. He looks at me and he goes, "I like your t-shirt, man. Will you give it to me?" And I just got stumped for a second. I looked at him and I just said, "Yeah, sure." Like right now. And I started he's like, no, wait, not right. I was just so embarrassed at that moment. I was like, shit, obviously he didn't want it right now, right?
That press conference would have taken quite a turn, huh? Shirtless journalist session part 1. Perfect. Okay, so the next one is slightly nicer. What has been the proudest moment of your life?
One thing I really take pride in is no matter what, be it from 2015 Grubfest till like even 2020 Zomaland, I have done say about 26 odd food festivals pan India large scale. We've had an average of 3,000 or 4,000 odd restaurants, Dishant, that have been part of it, A lot of them had just started off with that festival. Experimented, said that before I open my restaurant or before I open my cafe or if I get into the delivery business, I'll try my hand at that festival and see if people accept my product. And there are so many restaurants that you know of today that have actually been a part of our festival, something that I have curated and been part of that launched from us. So just the fact that we could be a platform for a lot of F&B players, a lot of them are successful. A few of them got funded recently, So it just makes me really proud.
Now, my next question is that what is one Indian event IP that you admire besides your own?
There are so many good IPs in India. There's smaller IPs, larger IPs. The size doesn't matter. It's the quality of the event that really matters. I think noteworthy here would be a lot of independent artists, Dish. A lot of them are my friends. We've met a few also. Ritviz, Udiyar Nuclear, Divine. All of them have started their own IPs in the last few years. I remember doing Nuclear's Base Raja Festival, I think 2016, if I'm not mistaken. For me, that was the first to like an Indian artist going and doing their own IP. So selling their own tickets, kind of taking that risk on their own brand name, their own music, their own production. I think that was awesome. Ritviz did UFest. Divine does Gully Fest. So, I see the future of event IPs for artists going that way. And I love the fact that these guys took that risk and sort of given a path to the upcoming indie artists to do something on this.
Awesome. They've almost kind of showed the way in terms of what is possible and what's not. And now the market is so massive that everyone can find their niche. Great chats. Again, a very thoughtful answer. Okay, my last question is a very personal one. And this is a topic that you and I discuss every time we crack open a cold one. So what is your dream car?
Dude, yeah, man, we talk about cars or like all our sessions, dude, you know it. So, wow, I don't particularly have a dream car. Like, I would say anything that gets me from point A to point B. Dude, because of COVID, international travel so out of the equation. So just taking a punt here and saying, man, my dream vehicle is going to be a Airbus A350 completely customized that I can put anywhere in the world.
0 to 100 real quick, huh? Changed the entire paradigm of my question. Amazing. So that's been great. That was a great rapid fire bazooka lightning round with some very thoughtful and gentle bazookas. That was very cute of you. Now, there's another game that I had planned specially for you.
Dude, I'm so nervous with your games, man. You're not allowed to do this. I'm your friend.
It's an easy game, man. Come on. You'll like it. Gonna throw a few words at you and you need to respond with the rhyme and you can't take too long. If you take long, you'll be disqualified.
Whoa.
Yeah. So, time for rhyme time. My first word is kitties.
Oh God, I know what you're doing here, man. Cities.
Oh, dodged one over there, huh? Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, then. My next word is flex.
Tex-Mex. Is that allowed? Is that a word? Yeah, of course.
Tex-Mex, like Tex-Mex cuisine?
Yeah, I mean, I'm in F&B, bro. I'm allowed to say that.
I mean, if you put it like that, then I'll have to give you the point. So that's 2-0. Okay, my next word is noob.
Tube.
I'm not looking for a U sound. I'm looking for a U sound, a double O, not a U-B-E.
Oh, you literally want the spelling, not the pronunciation.
It's not literally. I mean, tube doesn't rhyme with noob. Try not to be vulgar.
I think we both should give up.
Okay, so the last word, and I think this is fairly easy, you should get this, is hydroxychloroquine.
So easy, Dish.
Anna?
I can try and rhyme with queen, right? So, twin. Win-win. Yeah, twin. Both.
Hydroxy-twin-twin. Hydroxy-twin-twin. Send this to Trump. It's terrific. It's terrific. Hydroxy-twin-twin.
Swami Vive Kamunand.
Awesome, chats. So this completes my questioning, and as always, it's been a great chat with chats.
This was so much fun, dude. Dish, thanks a lot. And this was too quick, dude. Podfast is really fast.
Dude, who has the time these days? So thank you so much, chats, and I hope everyone had a great time watching this episode. I hope people in the event space got to learn a bit from Chaitanya's inputs, and we'll be back next week with another celebrated professional from the creative media or entertainment industry. Till then, stay safe, shake your butt, and we'll see you next week on Podfast with Dishant.
Pin drop.